Hey, this is Vento with Intero Real Estate, serving San Mateo County in Northern California, just south of San Francisco. I cover the coast side and the peninsula, and just wanted to come at you with a little bit of information. It's February 2023, Super Bowl this weekend, and normally after the Super Bowl, we see our spring market kind of kick off. People are done protecting their TVs at home and are ready to get out of the house and get them sold or come out and look for something to buy. So with that said, yes, the market has changed in July with interest rates going up, stock market going down. It kind of put the brakes on the frenzied activity that we had for the past 2 years of a just crazy market. A lot of people paying way more than the asking price, paying all cash, providing all kinds of terms to the seller. And that has definitely changed. We're more in a balanced market right now. And that varies from area to area, but right now on the coast side in San Mateo County, we're looking at about 4 months worth of inventory, which I would refer to as a balanced market. The seller doesn't have the upper hand and the buyer doesn't have the upper hand, and there's room to negotiate. And you can have contingencies with your offer, unlike you did a couple of years ago. So anyway, if you're scared and sitting on the sidelines for a seller, a lot of sellers are like, no, I'm not selling. My neighbor got, $4 million and they were only asking 2.5, and I'm going to wait for that number till I sell. Well, you got to ask yourself, why are you selling in the first place? Are you, trying to get closer to your grandkids? Are you retired and you want to be in the desert playing golf or in the mountains breathing fresh air? You need to put your priorities in order, and sometimes, when markets change, it takes a long time to get back to where they were at. 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So, do you have that long to wait? And for buyers, like, interest rates are up. Oh my God. Well, if you would have bought at the lower interest rate within the last 2 years, but you're paying $200,000 or $300,000 over asking price, when you run the numbers, you're paying about the same. So, interest rates have come down, and that isn't on the 6 o'clock news. It's, the 6 o'clock news sells bad news, and I'm sharing reality with you. Interest rates are back down. They're not back down to 2.5%. They're down to 5 or 6%. If you have bad credit, you may be paying more, but there's a lot of opportunity out there. Homes that have been sitting for 60, 90, 120 days where the seller needs to sell, wants to sell, has plans and wants to move on. And if you're a buyer, you can take advantage of that because there is room to negotiate in this balanced market that we're in. And I call it a balanced market because we have about 4 months worth of inventory, and that doesn't give the seller an upper hand, doesn't give the buyer an upper hand, but there's room to negotiate to put a deal together that works for everybody. So if you've been thinking about buying or selling and you're in San Mateo County area, I'd love to talk to you. My number is 650-888-9900. And if you're coming in from another area or you're looking to move out to another area and you need a referral to a quality agent, I have a huge network from 20 years in the business of agents all over the country. In fact, the last couple of days I've been talking to agents along the California coast. I have a client looking for a specific type of property, and have reached out to my network and actually turned up a few things that I did not know that were out there because the property is a hard one to search via county records. So anyway, that's what I have for you. If you have questions about your particular situation, whether it's buying, selling, or anything real estate related, feel free to give me a call. Look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.